Happy Scrubmas Day 20. Guys, we are in the home stretch. We're almost done. Don't you worry, I will be accomplishing my Scrubmas. I will be finished on the 24th. I won't be posting on the 25th. Well, actually, I might post a video on the 25th, but it's not gonna be a Scrubmas video. It'll be something else. So yeah, anyway, let's check the stocking, see what we have in store today. Ta-da! Guys, this is finally a successful scalp scrub that I really enjoyed. Which, let me just give a quick disclaimer here. I actually find scalp scrubs to be really hard to use for somebody with a lot of hair. I've bought a few different scalp scrubs from the stores, to compare. And honestly, I think mine definitely holds up to theirs and compares to theirs. But the thing is it's just so hard to get it in your scalp. So make sure when you are using a scalp scrub and you have a lot of hair, it actually might not be a bad idea to condition it first so it's nicely detangled, because when we get our hair wet, it tangles up even easier and your hair needs to be wet when you use this. So yeah, maybe condition your hair first, that might help. And then make sure you divide your hair, take the time to divide it, and then work that scrub into the sections of your hair that you divide off, and then work to the next section. And once you have your whole head covered, what I noticed is I might have to dip my head under the water really quickly just to get it a little wet again, because sitting there dividing it, I don't know, it dries up a little bit. But adding a little bit more moisture in it and then going through and then finally rubbing it all in, or even using a tool like this. I like using one of these, and that'll really get the scalp scrub in your head. Or if you just have short hair or you're bald, this will work perfectly fine. And it does have menthol, so expect that. You're gonna get that minty tinglingness. If you don't like that feeling, then obviously just leave it out. And yeah, I don't know, I'm really proud of this. I think the texture is super cool. I think you guys are gonna love it, so let's get into it. We're gonna start out with phase A, and we need a heat safe mixing bowl, and I'm gonna add in Lotion Pro 165. Then I added in some Alivum 900, followed by cetyl alcohol, along with some menthol crystals, almond oil, dimethicone, and lastly for this phase, some glycerol oleate. I will link down below to all these ingredients, and the formula will also be down below. Set that to the side, grab another heat-safe container. These are all the phase B ingredients. I'm adding in cocamidopropyl betaine, followed by some glycerin, then distilled water, and lastly, sodium cocoyl isethionate. This has definitely been the #1 ingredient in Scrubmas. I've used it so much during Scrubmas. I apologize if you aren't able to source SCI. To my knowledge, it seems to be one of the most common anionic surfactants. So I don't know, but I hope most of you guys can get it because I use it all the time. So combine all those phase B ingredients together. It will be hard to mix together, but once we heat them up, they will be much softer and easier to mix together, because what we're gonna do is heat both of these phases up, and we want everything in phase A to melt and everything in phase B to heat up to become easier to mix together, and you want to get all that SCI powder dissolved into all those liquids. And once the SCI powder is completely dissolved in those liquids, you have a nice smooth liquid concoction there in phase B. I don't know if I described that very well. And then everything in phase A is melted. Go ahead and pour that phase B and A and mix to combine. Everything should just mix together nice and smooth. And then once those are combined, you can remove that bowl from heat. And here's what it looks like when it starts to solidify. You'll have, I guess it kind of looks like a really hard lotion, or maybe like a body butter. That's kind of what it looks like here. And then I just whipped it up with a hand mixer. There's not really a certain amount of time you want to whip it up. Just mix it up until you think everything is well combined and it's more malleable to work with. And now I'm going to add in the cool down ingredients, which first is the Liquid Dermal Plus. Actually, that's the only cool down ingredient, is the preservative, and then the sugar. But I'm actually going to use a combination of sugar and dead sea salt. I will link the salt I use down below and a similar sugar down below, but I did a combination of salt and sugar, and it's a really coarse salt. And that's what you want with a scalp scrub. You want something more coarse, at least personally, to get into that scalp, because it's really hard to get into that scalp. I talked about this at the beginning of the video. But eventually I ended up mixing everything together with my hands. It was just easier because it got pretty thick. And in the end, guys, I was so freaking happy with this texture. I love how smooth it is. It's so easy to spread, even though it is pretty thick and dense. It's still super easy to spread. I really, really like this. It's comparable to store-bought scalp scrubs. I'm so proud of how this turned out. I'm so glad I was able to post it right after that scalp scrub fail as well. So I hope you guys like this. If you do try it out, let me know what you think of it. And as for packaging this up, I think it works best in a jar, and then just use your hands to pack it into the jar. Then whenever you go to use it in the shower, just use a scoop to scoop out the desired amount, and there you go. Just make sure you don't get water in it for best results. And yeah, I talk more about how to use it and stuff at the beginning, so I guess I'm done. I will see you guys tomorrow in another Scrubmas video. Also, don't forget to go over and check out my Patreon, where I post 2 exclusive videos every single month. So there is a ton of videos you can go over there and binge watch. For only $5 a month, you get access to the entire backlog. And for $10 a month, you can get a shout out for your small business. So let's shout everybody out. Nature's Farm Girl, Let's Blend LLC.com, Stardust Bath and Body over on Instagram, hempygirl.com, shoplevis.com, Owl and Lily over on Etsy, embracebeautyessentials.com, Legendary Bath and Body, Astari Apothecary, Revega Cosmetics here on YouTube, exorebb.com, Pardo Naturals, Natural State Skin, thenatureindus.ca, nearcatelier.com. You can use the code on the screen for 20% off, earthandambernaturals.com, Shark City Naturals, and daytorelaxproducts.com. And the rest of these companies are launching soon. skinbydevu.com, Seventh House and Oak over on Etsy, at Black Petal Beauty on Instagram, mycrownandglowery.com. Thank you guys so much for your support. Literally, without you guys on the Patreon, I wouldn't be able to continue doing what I do. So thank you so much.